Hey guys, welcome to one of my new series, Gaming This Week. 2 weeks ago, I had planned on making a video every day of that week. As I continued making videos, I realized I didn't have a constant that would keep viewers interested. I didn't have any proper series, so I gathered my thoughts and came up with 4 potential series, with 2 of them being weekly, and the other 2 being videos that I drop whenever. Anyway, this is the beginning of a change in this channel, and I want to thank everyone that's taken this ride with me. This is Gaming This Week, where I'll be talking about gaming topics weekly. Hope you enjoy.
Wanna wake up with you in my
This week's big releases. This week was a pretty big week for gaming. On the 27th, 3 big games dropped: Assassin's Creed for Xbox and PS4, Wolfenstein 2 for Xbox and PS4, and Super Mario Odyssey for the Switch. All 3 are single player experiences. Be sure to check out the ones that catch your eye. Recent Dragonball FighterZ controversy. First thing I want to talk about is this recent news surrounding Dragonball FighterZ. The release date was confirmed for January 26th, and 8 DLC characters were also announced as part of a season pass that cost $35, which isn't bad, but Bandai Namco announced the DLC wouldn't be included in the collector's edition of the game, which is causing an uproar among the fanbase. I understand why people would be mad. $140 for a collector's edition, but you had to pay $35 more for 8 DLC characters that were made before launch. It seems like a ripoff, especially if you can't afford to get both. The thing is, people should know by now that when you pay for a collector's edition of a game, you're not paying for extra game content. You're paying for collectibles like statues, tin cases, and booklets, which is why they call it a collector's edition. I think they should include the DLC, but this business practice is nothing new, unfortunately. My advice: if you can afford to throw money at collectibles and DLC, then get both. If you can't, then go with what's more important to you. Or don't buy either and just get the game by itself. It's your choice as the consumer. If the community wants to get mad at anything, they should be mad at the recent additions to the fighters roster. Captain Ginyu, who I guess kinda needs to be there to represent the Ginyu Force. But then there's Nappa. I mean, come on. Not even Nappa wants Nappa. Mr. Game and Thoughts, Super Mario Odyssey. Okay guys, welcome to the Mr. Game and Thoughts portion of the video. It'll be at the end of every video, and I'll be expressing my thoughts on a recently released game. This part of the video won't be any longer than 10 minutes at the most, with a lot of time spent showing off the gameplay. Alright, let's get started. For this week's Game and Thoughts, we're talking about Super Mario Odyssey. Okay, right off the bat, they throw you into a situation where Bowser is getting ready to marry a captured Peach, with Mario there to stop him. But the good doesn't win this time, with Bowser knocking Mario off of his airship. He also knocked his hat off, which opens the door for a new companion. Mario lands in a war-torn kingdom full of hat-like creatures and meets Cappy, a talking, mind-controlling, transforming hat sidekick whose kingdom got wrecked by Bowser. From there, you go through a tutorial, and then the adventure begins. Mario must travel from kingdom to kingdom to collect moons to power up his ship so he can stop Bowser and Peach's wedding, and so Cappy can free his friend. I spent about 3 hours with the game, maybe a little more, and I gotta say, from what I played, it's amazing. It plays like other 3D Mario games, and adds a little more depth with Cappy's mechanics. He can be your projectile or your spring, and of course there's a transforming mind control thing that he can do, with every minion having its own playstyle. The kingdoms are pretty to look at and fun to explore, with nooks and crannies, little puzzles, retro side scrolling, and many side missions to keep you looking for more moons. And not once did I feel like any of this part of the kingdoms was tedious or boring. Every kingdom has a boss from this crew of rabbits that work for Bowser. They're fun bosses that you can beat in little time for a multi-moon reward. These rabbits seem like Koopaling replacements, but there's only 4 of them, so I might have to face them more than once each. After you beat the rabbit boss, you can freely explore the kingdom with a changed landscape. And I'm not sure if this applies to every kingdom, but I faced off against 2 extra bosses from different kingdoms. I've explored 5 kingdoms, so I might be missing 3 bosses. I'll be sure to further explore down the line. The only negative I have for the game so far is the inclusion of motion controls. I don't know why Nintendo loves this style of gaming, but whatever. I turned it off and only ever use it to get a quick spin attack. Overall, it was a good time. and I recommend it for anyone looking for some platforming fun. That concludes my thoughts on the game. Now here's some gameplay of my favorite boss battle so far, where the only way to beat it was to hit it in the face with its own fists. Have a good one, guys.
Here we go, off the rails. Don't you know it's time to raise our sails? It's freedom like you never knew. Don't need bags or a pass. Say the word, I'll be there in a flash. You could say my hat is off to you. Oh, we can zoom all the way to the moon. Round this great wide wacky world. Jump with me, grab coins with me, oh yeah. It's time to jump up in the air. Jump up, don't be scared. Jump up and your cares will soar away. And if the dark clouds start to swirl, don't feel enchanted, 'cause I'll be your one-up girl. So let's all jump up super high, high up in the sky. It's no power up like dancing. You know that you're my superstar. No one else can take me this far. I'm flipping the switch. Get ready for this song. Let's do the Odyssey. Odyssey, yes, see. 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 Odyssey, Odyssey. Spin the wheel, take a chance. Every journey starts a new romance. A new world's calling out to you. Take a turn off the path. Find a new addition to the cast. You know that any captain needs a crew. Take it in stride as you move side to side. They're just different points of view. Jump with me, grab coins with me, oh yeah. Come on and jump up in the air. Jump without a care. Jump up 'cause you know that I'll be there. And if you find you're short on joy, don't fret, just don't forget that you're still a one-up boy. So go on, straighten up your cap. Let your toes begin to tap. This rhythm is a power shoe. Don't forget you're the superstar. No one else can make it this far. But go through that stash. Now you've got panache. Oh, let's do the Odyssey. It's time to jump